This week, Mojang dropped a free strategy game called Crown and Council onto Steam without announcing it or trailing it or anything. Just made it available, said, there you go, have fun. And I have been having fun. A lot of it, in fact. I've only been playing for a short while, but I think Crown and Council might be the sort of strategy game I've been quietly searching after for quite a while. See, out of the Eurogamer video team, I'm not the best at strategy games. That title goes to someone else. But goodness me, do I ever like the idea of them. I loved the map overview stuff of Total War Rome 2 for instance, but I was rubbish at the real-time strategy bit. I adore Civ 5, but I tend to get bogged down in the minutiae of unit movement and struggle to think long-term about how I'm going to win. I also have an inkling I'd enjoy Europa Universalis, but at this point, I'm a bit scared to try. But Crown and Council is bloody lovely. It's simple enough to pick up pretty much instantly, but it introduces its mechanics to you gradually over a series of levels. Crucially though, Crown and Council is quick. It doesn't waste time showing you lengthy animations for what your enemies are doing, due in part to the fact those animations don't exist, but basically it speeds through enemy turns and lets you get back to yours because it knows you're already focusing on the game's two most important factors. How much ground did I lose last turn, and how much can I take this turn? It's a really streamlined experience, though I'm equally aware that more committed strategy fans might find it overly simplistic. With that in mind, here's how it works, and you can make your own mind up as to whether or not it appeals. In Crown and Council, you start off with a parcel of land and a bit of gold. Each chunk of land nets you 1 gold per turn, and it's also your objective to crush your enemies and take all their land from them, so it's in your interest to expand outward. You use ground troops to invade neighbouring areas, or a bit later on you can launch ships to invade new land masses and start a ground invasion there. Once you've taken land, you can improve it in a number of ways. Fortifications make areas harder to claim, cities grant extra gold per turn, mines grant a lot of gold at random intervals, while universities give you research points. Hit 10 research points and you can pick an upgrade, making your cities even more profitable for instance. Crown and Council is simple enough to be pretty methodical. There aren't too many instances in which you're agonising over what to do, and it's not too punishing when you make a false move. Despite that though, you do need to think on your feet. It's important to keep an eye on your enemies and work out who is in the ascendant. Knowing when to save your gold for next turn is also important. Oftentimes you can just sit back and let your enemies take one another apart, but let one faction get too powerful and you're going to be sorry later. You also need to keep an eye out for random events. A rebellion can turn a tile neutral for instance, forcing you to spend resources retaking it, or a plague can remove a city from one of your tiles. As with every facet in this game though, it's a nicely streamlined staple of other strategy games that adds a bit of flavour to proceedings. If I'm honest though, Crown and Council isn't perfect. Sometimes it's obvious from very early on there's no possible way you can win, only to have you steamroll the competition on the same level the next time you try. However, Crown and Council is still a really enjoyable light strategy game. It's easy to pick up, lets you get involved in a pleasing amount of tactical manoeuvring if you fancy it, and it's very obviously a Mojang game. The music is nice, the art style is lovely, all in all it's a very pleasant thing to play, and, you know, it's free. Personally, I'm a big fan. If you'd like to see some other stuff we've done on strategy games though, Chris had a good look at the newly reworked sieges in Total War Warhammer recently, or if you prefer you can watch him take on Matt Lees from Cool Ghosts in a round of XCOM 2 multiplayer. And if you want something entirely stupid, I had a look at what the Advent soldiers in XCOM 2 are really saying. Sorry about that, Firaxis. Either way, thanks for watching and please do like and subscribe for plenty more from Eurogamer. Bye!